Okay, welcome to the next video by MMZ TimeLord. This one will be showing you how to build the Minecart Mania Station version 2.1 that I had in my last video, the update. You will need an area, which I've outlined here in glowstone, 17 blocks wide, which is this direction, and 19 blocks long, which is in this direction, and a total of 16 blocks high. Now, you can see most of that's probably underground at this point, which is fine. We've got a block raised in the middle here that denotes where the center is, north, south, east, and west. Just kind of a reference point for me. I dug a trench 1 by 9 blocks long on both sides. And from there, you'll want to leave these 3 blocks at the height just one below. This one can be whatever material it is you're using for your station, as long as it's not a control block. Center block needs to be an obsidian block, and the right-hand block needs to be a gold block. Same on the other side. As long as you're facing the center, it looks exactly the same. Okay, and from there, we go down 1, 2 blocks, and we have a total of 2 blocks before the end of the 9-block excavation. So you would be looking at basically a wall like that. So we're going to dig those back out. And we would join these 2 sides together and dig out the hallway 2 blocks high, 3 blocks wide, total of 4 blocks deep from the end of that excavation right here. All right. And 1 block away from the perimeter, we need to put a brick block on each side of center. And we need to excavate a 2-block high, just like the wall was like this. We need to excavate a 2-block high by 1 block deep excavation, and then you go back 2 more and start digging your tunnel down. Same for this side. They're both going to be the same. Now, when you're facing towards the center of the station on the right side, you will need, just past that edge of that excavation on the first block, you'll need to excavate a 1 block high by 2 block, 1 block wide by 2 blocks high section again. There's going to be 2 side tunnels on this side. So let me go ahead and lay the track and show you how that's done. Best way to do that is from the center out. So we're going to start here at the obsidian block and just work our way out. Now at this point, on this track on the left side, leaving the station, if we're going away from the center on the left side, this is where we want to make an intersection like this, and then continue our track outward. We need this intersection because we're going to set it, the way I run my station, I have it set up not to prompt the players at unmarked or unblocked intersections. This would be considered a blocked intersection, meaning that it has a control block under it, a station block. If this had a station block but no control signs, and you came into this, it would stop you here and prompt you which direction you wanted to go. With the default behavior, even without a station block, it will stop you and ask you directions. You don't want that. So what we do is we change the prompt user variable in the Minecart Mania station configuration file from 0 to 1. Once that's changed, it will not prompt users on this type of intersection. It will simply allow them to go right over. And we're going to finish this side off. That other side's already completed, so we'll hop to the other side. I'll go ahead and just finish this up. This one's much easier because it just goes straight out. There's no turns or anything you have to be aware of. Once you have them straight out, you can put your side track next to it and start building your tunnels down on either side. Now the tunnels that we have here with the brick blocks under them, these are our empty cart reclamation tunnels. There's 2 on either side, and their entire job is to catch carts coming into and leaving the station that are empty. That's their only job. And it comes down 4 blocks from the top. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 2 block area wide to the perimeter. And you can see there's a ramp at the other end, and there's the ramp I just came down. Now both of these come together here at another blind intersection. Empty carts will always treat these intersections just like intersections. So they'll join up. The cart would join up on this track and lead itself into the spawning chest or dispenser. On the other side, we have the same situation. 1 ramp, 2 ramps, and they all lead back to this. Join up here, follows the track this way, and there's another join right here, and it'll go into the chest. Now in this instance, I'm going to show you now the signs that control that. Here's our brick blocks from underneath. I've excavated out the bottom, so it's only 1 block thick. You can use either type of sign, whether you use a freestanding sign such as this or a wall sign, makes no difference. In this case, we have a wall sign. You want to make sure it's within 2 blocks, but you don't want it to be so close that the other brick block picks up the sign commands from this side. That's why I have them spaced so far apart. So here, the empty carts will go south, which, as you can see, is this direction. And then players go east. Well, again, this is east, so coming into the station, going east, players will continue right over this block, over that blind intersection, and up to the obsidian block in the center. By the same token, leaving the station, they'll come off the obsidian block, and players will come through this intersection. They're still going east, and they'll go through this block because it says players continue east, and they'll just leave the station. However, empty carts, again, will be targeted to go south, which is down the ramp on the other side and into the cart reclamation system. The other side is basically a mirror image. Players going west, empties going north on both. Empty north, player west. Okay? So that's it for the cart reclamation system. Not a whole lot there. Now we're going to talk about the dispenser in the center. Now this can be called from pressure plates that are up above. I'll show you that in a little bit. But right now it spawns a cart here on the obsidian block. And at the same time it powers the obsidian block and launches the cart onto the gold block and then through this intersection, which is powered. There is a powered switch here involved, but the default direction is to the left, and it goes up and out to the left side. So we can see the redstone dust, which is not complete because I haven't finished this side, comes down and powers this side, and a cart pops out and just simply follows the track as it is, because this redstone dust stops here. It doesn't control this switch track. And it'll just go up this side. So this redstone dust, which is on this side, send the cart up that side. The other side has redstone dust coming up from above, comes down to the chest, as we can see here, but it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop at the obsidian block. It drops down and steps its way all the way down to the bottom here. This is the bottom of that 16 I told you about. And it works its way to this inverter. So this is a single block, redstone dust coming in, and there's a redstone torch that's already lit. There's a block above that with another redstone torch, so of course that redstone torch is off. Just above that is the block that holds that switch track. So when everything gets powered, this switch track goes to the right, and so when this side, which is on the right side, powers everything, cart launches, it goes to the right, which is down through here, back up this side, and to the right side. You can see it stayed on the right side. So that'll lead us back up to the top. Now, up above, we can see here, you can see the gold block, you can see the obsidian block, you can see the dispenser, and the unpowered redstone dust coming up this direction. And the redstone dust stops here on the top of this block. Now, just above that block is a pressure plate on top of a block. So when this pressure plate is pressed, it will power all of that redstone dust down there, switch the track, and send the cart up to us. On the other side, if we had a pressure plate there, it would simply power the dispenser and send it up the other side. So we're going to launch that and get our cart up here. There it is. Okay, the other redstone dust wiring we have to do is this block here with this pressure plate and switch on it. Now this is both a cart return and a on your way switch, or to start your journey. If you're in the cart, you press the switch because you can't reach the pressure plate. So there's the redstone dust that's powered from that block that has the switch and the plate on it. Now that redstone dust steps down, goes through here, and works its way over to that block, which is also another inverter, redstone torch, and is already powering the dust you can see on the floor there. Now that goes into the side of that block, which has yet another redstone torch on it. That redstone torch sits underneath the obsidian launcher that the cart is currently sitting on top of. And so it's unpowered right now. So when we press either the switch or the pressure plate, that'll launch that cart. Now I did have to put a launch west sign on this side. You'll have to put some kind of launch specific sign on one side or the other in your station. I would recommend putting it on this side of the gold and obsidian blocks, away from the center. Otherwise, your other obsidian block might pick up the sign commands and mess everything up. So there's that. What we'll go ahead and do is step on the plate to send the cart back, because we're not going to take it. This station doesn't go anywhere. And off it goes. Now, the simple fact that the cart's not sitting against the wall tells me that the station block is in fact functioning. So it followed this trail here all the way back to the dispenser. So our system works. If you guys have any further questions about, maybe requesting a map, I'll do my best. Other questions and comments are welcome. Hope you guys have a great day. Take care.